Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
So White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt announced that the Associated Press has been banned from the Oval Office for not honoring the recent renaming of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Television audiences were left in shock yesterday as The View delivered one of its most explosive moments in recent history. What began as a routine discussion about the shifting political landscape took a dramatic turn when legendary host and Hollywood icon Whoopi Goldberg locked horns with rising Republican star Karoline Leavitt. The conversation, initially centered around the growing influence of young conservatives, quickly escalated into a fiery debate that had the studio on edge. Tensions soared as sharp words were exchanged, with Goldberg questioning the younger generation's understanding of America's past and Karoline Leavitt firing back with a bold challenge to the veteran host's views. As emotions flared and the atmosphere grew increasingly charged, Goldberg, clearly exasperated, made the stunning decision to remove her microphone and walk off the set mid-show, leaving her co-hosts and the audience in stunned silence. The moment, captured live on air, sent shockwaves through social media, igniting fierce debates and instantly trending under #WhoopiWalksOut.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason.
My team will review the applications and give credentials to new media applicants who meet our criteria and pass United States Secret Service requirements to enter the White House complex.
All right.
What'd she say?
She basically said that they were going to give unqualified
God, how boring.
unqualified
Can they get
people
somebody there
jobs.
not
The
so
Behind
tedious?
the Table podcast needs to apply for White House credentials.
Oh, they'd love having Joy in that room.
Joy
So
can
I
go.
got a question. So wait a second. So in other words, instead of Bob Woodward, they want Kim Kardashian? What? I don't get it.
Leavitt, however, was unfazed. Narrowing her eyes, she shot back with a pointed challenge. Whoopi, did your generation solve all of America's problems that you now feel qualified to lecture us? The studio fell silent as the audience braced for what was clearly turning into an unforgettable television moment. The back and forth only grew more intense from there, with Goldberg passionately defending her generation's role in shaping the country, highlighting their struggles through wars, discrimination, and social upheaval. America is still standing because of our generation, Goldberg declared. We fought through wars, civil rights battles, and historic moments that you take for granted. You think tweeting and arguing on social media is solving anything? But Leavitt refused to back down, countering with an argument that left the audience gasping. Did your generation leave us a better country? Look around. Our borders are open, the economy is collapsing, and our values are under threat. We're here to fix it. Her bold statement sent a wave of murmurs through the crowd as the studio fell into an uneasy silence. Goldberg's expression hardened as she set her water glass down on the table, visibly frustrated by the direction of the conversation. The tension finally reached a breaking point when Goldberg abruptly stood up, removed her microphone, and made her way toward the exit. Before leaving, she turned sharply and declared, "This debate doesn't interest me. If you don't want to hear the truth, there's no point in me being here." The studio was left in stunned silence as Goldberg disappeared backstage. The dramatic walkout was captured live on air, and within minutes the hashtag #WhoopiWalksOut began trending on Twitter. Social media platforms erupted with reactions, with viewers fiercely divided on who had won the debate. Some praised Leavitt for standing her ground against Goldberg, calling her fearless and unwilling to be silenced. Whoopi couldn't handle the heat. Leavitt shut her down. The truth can be hard to hear, but walking away isn't the answer. A historic moment. We'll remember this for years. However, Goldberg's loyal supporters were just as vocal, arguing that she had no obligation to entertain what they saw as divisive or misleading rhetoric. Whoopi didn't have to entertain nonsense arguments. Leavitt's rhetoric was misleading. Whoopi was right to leave. She stood her ground against disrespect. Back in the studio, as the audience murmured and co-hosts scrambled to regain control of the show, Leavitt took the moment to address the audience. Smiling confidently, she said, "The truth can be uncomfortable sometimes, but we're here to keep talking about America's future." Her words drew applause from some while others sat in stunned silence. The fallout from the fiery exchange continues to dominate headlines, sparking heated discussions across television and social media. The moment has since been called one of The View's most dramatic live television incidents in years, leaving audiences to debate the lingering question. Was Whoopi justified in walking off, or did Karoline Leavitt prove her point?
Be unequivocally clear about that. And watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
As a neutral observer, the debate between Whoopi Goldberg and Karoline Leavitt highlights a broader generational and ideological divide in American politics. Both women presented arguments that resonate with different segments of the population. Whoopi Goldberg's frustration seems to stem from a perspective that values historical struggles and the contributions of previous generations in shaping modern America. Her argument suggests that younger politicians may lack the lived experience necessary to fully grasp the complexities of past hardships and the progress made. On the other hand, Karoline Leavitt represents a younger generation that sees existing issues, such as economic instability, immigration, and cultural shifts, as evidence that the previous generation's leadership may not have fully addressed America's core problems. Her direct approach challenges the notion that past accomplishments absolve older leaders from criticism. Whoopi, walking off the set, raises an interesting question about how political discussions are handled in the media. Some might see her departure as a refusal to engage with opposing viewpoints, while others may view it as an act of self-respect, choosing not to entertain what she might consider an unproductive debate. Similarly, Leavitt's final remark about continuing the conversation could be seen as confident and composed, or as a provocation that escalated tensions. The public reaction, as seen on social media, reflects a polarized landscape where both sides feel vindicated. This incident serves as an example of the challenges in fostering meaningful discussions in an era of heightened political divisions. Instead of seeing this as a win or lose scenario, perhaps the takeaway should be about the importance of engaging in open, respectful conversations, especially on platforms like The View, where differing perspectives are expected to collide. What do you think? Does walking away from a heated debate weaken one's position, or does it demonstrate self-control in an unproductive argument? Thank you for watching and being part of this important conversation. We appreciate your support and engagement. If you enjoyed this content and want to stay updated on the latest news, debates, and trending topics, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.